Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad and this is SuperCoach Pro. Today we're doing a live team review and then we'll get into some questions. I was already earlier on with the miso, so it's just going to be a quick team review because you've kind of seen my players and whatnot anyway. So this round we scored a hefty 1995, bounce back from the previous week, which was like something like a 1786, I believe, or thereabouts. Lost a bit of ranking again because we did load up on some players in the round 12 and 13 bye. So I kind of figured I would always order a bit of ranking over the last 2 weeks. Probably not that dramatic of a ranking slip as much as it feels like it is, just because we've had high expectations. But we're down to 122 for the season. We were as high as 38, I think it was, ranking. But mind you, we've been in the top 100 for the last month now. Now we're just outside of that. So looking to finish off my side this week. Got a couple of different avenues I can go. Hopefully my mic isn't on mute because I've done that a few times before. So we get stuck into it. We're, I don't know, at least 400 or 500 points behind the leader. So we'll make this a really quick review. And then if there's any comments in there regarding your teams and stuff, I'll get through them as quick as I can. And then I'll go through my trade plans. I'm not sure if I've already actually left my trade plans in there already, but I couldn't be bothered doing a review tomorrow, so I thought I'd quickly review the side, and I've already done a stream tonight, so I'm already a little bit exhausted. So 9 trades left, 271k banked. I bought in Mills this week. I also bought in Dale this week, and I bought in Clark in Flex. So you can see I got rid of Marshall here. Romo did his job. Essentially, I moved him from TDK down to Marshall to bank 125k, and then Marshall made 100k on top of that. So Marshall essentially, averaged 100 and something in my side, and then made me 225k, I believe, somewhere around that. And he's got a high break even, so could be bothered holding him. The Dale play is between him and Bont. Bont would ruin my side this week if I had to use all their cash. Went Dale because the Marvel run actually probably helps more a Dale type player for the kick-ins and the run and carry sort of players rather than Bont. Bont just plays, forward mid, so I kind of thought the actual fixture would suit Dale more than anything, to be honest. So I went there and saved myself 80, 90k, and there's a world where I actually can't fit Bont to the side. So it's a weird one. I'm probably going Butters in the TDK or Butters in a Hewitt this week, and the only way to get the bonds is if I sideways merit, which I could do. Not sure if I can do it in one trade, but regardless, we had an issue again with our primos being out, such as Baz. So it kind of really hurt us this week. So felt the full effects, but Dale on debut for 118 is perfect. Rosie 116. Gave away a few silly free kicks in the start of the second quarter. And Zorko sort of had not a tag per se, but he had Ben Keys on his hammer all the time. So a bit of pressure between him and Saliga, I think, went to Zorks at times. So Zorko's just doing Zorko things. Not sure I'd actually aim for this play if I didn't have him already. Shees was a funny one. People sort of Jeff riding this pick, which is fair enough. Like, it's a part of SuperCoach. It's the nature of the game. But 137 from Shees. He actually played all right as a mid forward last year, I believe, from memory anyway. So, look, I certainly wouldn't be bringing him in because it's Clarko at the end of the day. She's had a game of two halves. The first half was awful. And the bench time on there was, like 12 minutes, I think, he spent on the bench in the first half at one point. I can't remember which quarter. And that was an awful game to watch between West Coast and North, honestly. But, anyway, 137, you'll take that, of course. And look, I fully expect him to do 70 the week after, and then to probably cop some Sheasel banter, which is fine. Like, it's all part and parcel of the game. I'm not going to take any of this stuff personally. To be honest, it's the game. And if you win the 50k, well done to you. So, Roberts, I wanted to trade out as well. But then Neil scored at 25, so I had to reverse that trade. Ideally, Roberts wouldn't be my D6. And this week I decided to go Mills early. Had to factor that he could get injured, but also know that he was playing the Tigs, and I knew that he'd probably get a lot of possession because we'd just kick it to him. And as it was, he had a really good time on ground this week. And, other than that, solid game for a guy that's 357. People are probably hitting McKercher over Mills due to McKercher's price, but I'd probably rather pay 40k less for Mills, to be honest. But do what you want. I'm not here to sway you anyway. Pick who you think is the right player. regardless of what my take is or what anyone else's take is. And then Clark comes back, which is crucial for my side because he's a bit of a pod, as positive as it gets anyway. He's not like a under 5% player, but at least he comes back, those Freo and St Kilda players. Richards, probably the big reason why I didn't really care about Bont is because I've got Richards. So it's kind of your Batman and Robin, and I'm not going to lie, Richards is outscoring Bont anyway in the last 3 to 5 matches if you have a look at the two players. So the Bont factor for the FOMO side of things didn't really worry me too much. I just sort of knew that if I went with Bont this week, it'd probably kill my side, and I'll send a few other people bring him in that do YouTube and stuff like that, and then you look at this side going forward, and you're like, well, now they can't make further upgrades, and that's not having a swipe. It's just, yeah, it's a one week play, and if it suits your side, then so be it. But for me, it actually means I actually miss out on him, so it's a weird one. I've got mixed feelings about the Bont. I'd love him to be on my side because my side literally is the Bont identity, and we're probably going to have to run without him for a period of time. But what do? It's either him and Nats this week, or Butters and TDK, or Butters and Hewitt. Sinclair obviously was my captain for the Cherry score, and this is the thing we're saying about Cherry on the After Dark stream. Like, you just ain't got to worry about Cherry whatsoever. His VC is going to be the C anyway. So, yeah, great pick up for anyone that actually got him at 580 or whatever it was. I paid 680 for him, so I've definitely paid up, and I've made a lot of mistakes this year, but we're having a good one. Merritt 81, the role's cooked, playing back pocket, half forward, Shinkoda sitting on him as well. I think his flexibility this year is actually quite stupid. He's a pure mid. Like, let's be honest, he's not a Cripps type up forward. He's not a Dustin Martin up forward. Probably Cripps is a little bit rich to say, but he's not like your burst kind of forward player where he's, yeah, Heaney type, I suppose, would be the more hybrid thing instead of saying Dusty, because that card's well and truly gone. But as much as I love him, but the Heaney role, I think it just doesn't suit Merritt whatsoever. The cheap kicks in the back line too just feels like a bit of regression. He's a gun midfielder, and that's all I'm going to say. He's one of the best kicks I've seen. So, Scott, what are you doing? Killing my SuperCoach side, and I do worry about him going further, but it's whatever. I can't really do much about it now. Chera 109, Durham's an absolute dog. I'm not going to lie. That was absolute. Just don't get me started on that. But also, Carlton doctors should have honestly got him off the field. Even though I'm a Chera owner, like, you got to be concerned for the players' safety. You can't be doing this, Carlton. Like, please explain. Yeah, I don't get it. He should have just come off straight away. Chera also sort of hid away from the doctors. Didn't want a bar of it. Like, mate, you just look after yourself. Like, you don't want to be risking that sort of stuff. Just take the test, Chera, but whatever. I think that also flattened his game a little bit. Like, obviously, after a big hit like that, you're pretty sore for the rest of the game. And then Petrarca 115 has been a very solid player since picking him up for like 470. Chera I started as well, so he's been underrated, I reckon, this year. Warner's a flog. Warner gives so many stupid free kicks away and then just whinges. And then other games he looks like he could be, a Dusty type. But he's a mixed bag. There's this consistency in Sydney is non-existent, obviously, but Warner's just such a weird pick. Again, I paid around the price he is at now, so I can't be hating too much because I expected this from Warner, but I didn't expect these stupid hot head antics. Like Dean Cox, I hope you get the sack. You actually butchered the side, and I don't think Cox was the man in this at all. Actually, I think I don't know what's happened here, but yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what Cox has done to this side. It is injuries as well, of course. But anyway, further on from that, Carwell, a great pickup a couple of weeks ago, scored 123, now 102. Please tell me I'm not on mute, by the way. If I'm on mute this whole entire time, I would be absolutely gutted. I'd probably just delete the live stream and start again, but that's the biggest paranoia for having a microphone now. Lindsay 19. This is annoying because I held him and reversed a trade to get rid of Neil's score, hoping Lindsay would at least go 60, and then he gets subbed out. Gave away a 50-minute penalty. I just know game awareness sometimes from kids in the system. It's like, you can't be too harsh on them, but just the lack of awareness in players, and the rule's been there for a while now. Like, you just got to stand your ground and not go over the mark. Like, is it really that hard? Don't understand. And then Brayshaw, of course, sitting on the bench there, just doing nothing due to the bye. Cherry gone, set and forget every week, I guess. You don't got to worry about getting tagged by Ruckman. And then Bazoinka killed my side as well, because having that extra primo score would have really killed out a day weeks or a Lindsay or whatever you want to call it out of my system. So that hurt me more than most, I think. And then ranking 89, it's pretty standard for him at the moment. Caleb Daniel 124. Don't get me started. I love that. I love Daniel. Got a lot of love for him. He's averaging 96 now, so whatever. Darren Neal is probably the worst trading I've ever done in SuperCoach, barring Ben Hobbs. And then Hewitt, my saviour, 85 there. So he's been a good rookie, but probably time for him to go. Also nailed a little bit of cash gen in a rookie this week, but I probably won't be able to upgrade him unless it's round 20 between him and Clark. So Bolton comes back into the side, and Simpson's forever dead. No point trying to upgrade him with the little cash in I've got left in my side. So thanks for that confirmation, by the way, in the comments there. I will get to you guys in a second, but this one I'm basically thinking, like, Lindsay's break even so high. He's got to go. You can't hold these guys. They just start bleeding cash at some point. And even people will tell you to hold your rookies because they're scoring well, but I couldn't really care less about the extra 10, 20K if your side's fully upgraded. Who gives a stuff? I had a few different options, and when I finished my live stream before a few hours ago, I was like, oh yeah, it'll be the combination of Butters and Hewitt. And then I realised I can get DDK instead in the flex position. But again, I really hate the flex being ruck because it ties your flexibility out of your side. Who was the third guy? Oh, Neil's obviously got to go. I'm not going to... I've never understood why people go, I'm going to hold Ashcroft, I'm going to hold Bias, I'm going to hold these guys due to their bias. Like, I just get rid of them as soon as I can. Trainers one I held on way too long. But I certainly don't buy into a guy that's going to make you an extra 10, 20K just because they scored you an 80 is really relevant. I've never really cared for it. Like, you don't fall in love with rookies is the rule. So why do we care about, oh, should I hold this player? Like, you obviously get rid of your rookies before your primos too. So sometimes you sort of question, why am I answering certain perspectives? But then you got to also realise that sometimes it's people's first and second year. So if they've been watching my channel from round one, I'm sure they'll get the gist of what I'm trying to get at anyway. So on the top left-hand corner, you can see Lindsay, Hewitt, and Neil. I'm not trading out primos or semi-fake primos. I was going to do Roberts last week, but I've got to hold for this very reason. So we're ringing Johnson for the last cash gen hit, along with Clark, who I bought in last week. So that's my last bite of the cherry for any cash gen whatsoever. Now, I don't really care about the break-evens. This is another thing. Like, the break-evens mean nothing when you're finishing your side. So, and this is my perspective. I'm not saying my perspective is right. I'm king, blah, blah, blah. It's just how I look at my side. If I'm finishing my side, I don't care how much money I've got. Surely that makes sense to people out there. But so Shees comes into the midfield. Now, I was going to grab Nas here, but I don't think I really need to. I'll send Clark down back. Obviously, I've got to move these guys around and whatever. I'll muck around that shortly. But yeah, Butters comes into the fray, and then I can literally get anybody at 559. The thought originally was Nas and George Hewitt, but why not go to the third ruck when you can afford TDK? At least he's not going to get tagged. The average is very similar, like, except for the last 3 games. De Conning's 110, 109. Is it, rucks or rucks, I guess. If anything happens to Gorn or Cherry, at least I can maybe put Hewitt at R2, worst case. I could grab Lockie Ash, but I'm probably, like, De Conning's got Finn this week, so Finn's first half was amazing, then he did nothing, so could be the same thing. So thinking at this point, I'm probably going to overthink all week, but 23K with Butters there. Again, This is probably why, in some regard, I should have went for a bunt earlier, so I don't have to worry about trying to get him in. But it's okay. If we have to fade one good player, I'm not going to sleep with the lights on. And then, yeah, your team's done. So I'll show you what the side will look like, and then I'll get into the chat because I don't really do a live with, what do you call it? I've gone blank here. So Mills is actually essentially D6. I didn't even realise that, which is fine because DeConning's flex. So the side's all in all pretty strong. Like Roberts is questionable, Mills is questionable, no doubt, but there's no rookies on field. Sheasel into the midfield gives me a defender swing, and I also have a forward swing, I believe, somewhere in my midfield. Do I? Or have I taken that out now? Okay, I've actually taken that out, so that's not good. Yeah, okay, I literally have no forward swing now, so that's fine. I guess Bolton I'll now keep because Bolton essentially was going to be traded out. So, forward line looks like Smith, Petrarca, Bolton, Warner, Rankin, Daniel, DeConning flex, and you sort of just hope one of these Mills and Roberts score well, and DeConning can knock out the other poor score. So, look, it's not quite fully upgraded. People are going to call this a non-fully upgraded side, but as far as I'm aware, I've got 6 trades left. Maybe this team just floats. Projection of 2-1-4-7. But if I optimize this week, how many premos have I got out? And then we'll get into the chat real quick, and then I'll probably call it a night because I'm pretty exhausted. So I just don't have Roberts, Mills, and Warner, which is probably about 3, I'd say, is standard. Most people will have Warner, Dacos, obviously, Heaney. And what's the other 2 teams? What was this? Those I can't remember the other 2 teams that are missing for this week, but irrelevant for me. VC and C this week. Geez, that's just going to be a bit different for Jacko v Cherry. I haven't looked into any of this, to be fair. Who would I go? Bailey Dale under the roof. Potentially a good VC shout. Not keen on Zorko anymore as a VC. Windy, oh no, Windy's going to go to Ed Richards. That's annoying as hell. Brayshaw against North. Yeah. Now you can't trust Merritt for an option either. And Gorn, oh well, that's obvious. I'm an idiot. There's probably my chat's gone nuts here, but probably Gorn C. Maybe Gorn VC because you're going to go up against Vincentini, and then Carlton, TDK. I don't know why that took me 4 hours to decide what I was going to do. So I'll get in the chat and we'll get out of here. So I'll see what's going on. I haven't really thought too much, but yeah, give us a like for a sneaky team. What do you call it? Team review at this time of night, almost midnight. So Jason says, "Hey mate, what's going on, mate?" Rads, stuff for Geelong lad. G'day, how you going, mate? I wonder if anyone in Geelong has ever seen me about. I noticed at the gym, in particular, people had a gaze, and I'm like, I wonder if anyone does SuperCoach just notice me or something like that, and go, "Oh, I know that lad. He's that weirdo that I follow." Be strange, but anyway. Jason says, currently thinking Lindsay, Kako, and Hardiman. Yep, to Nas, Doc, and Johnson. Future upgrades are looking so tough. I'd tick those off from what I can see there anyway, Jace. I love that you still got the Ben Keys little thumbnail there. Thinking next week I may have to move Gorn on to Cameron for 170k. Need 2 more upgrades to 7 trades. Whoa, yeah, that's stiff. That's very stiff, actually. Nice to see there's 30 viewers in the chat at almost midnight. So Butters, I don't think anyone's a must-have. I think you probably want one of Butters or Bont. Butters probably has more tags coming up, but I'm willing to risk it. This is Derek from Thailand. He scored a 2003 and dropped from 8 rank to 23, but next week is my worst buy. I have 6 promos out. Oh, yeah, okay. That's stiff, mate, but hopefully bounce back the week after. No, not on mute. Thank goodness for that because that would have been awful. Richard, Lindsay, Pryor, and Ashcroft to Nas, Butters, McCarthy. I like it. even if McCarthy's not named, I'm sure he will be in future. A long time no see. Aqua sure is. It would be funny if you could make a webcam background with a picture of John Lymire eyeing off Chad Warner at the Brownlow. Yeah, literally. I'm actually a little bit sick of watching Warner and Rankin, but that's fine. Aqua, currently thinking Levi and Long to Butters and McKercher. I don't mind it. I think McKercher's going to be popular. And same with Doherty. They are, yeah. And it's a value thing. So, yeah, what's the team value? I actually haven't been looking at this at all. I assume it'd actually be quite good comparatively. I don't know. Where does that stand? 13.2 million? Considering we started off with 10 million? So it's pretty decent. I don't know. I'm trying not to worry about the teams around me. I'm only doing what I can do, and that's all I'm going to worry about is my own backyard. There's a lot of chat sometimes. Have you seen this team? Have you seen this team? And sometimes it does worry you a little bit, but I can't do anything about it. Scott Shy might be a question mark with additional. Yeah, potentially. But I guess we just cross that bridge when we get to it as well. Like, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't affect him. I don't have a crystal ball for this one, Scott, but I think he might be all right. I just think they sort of need a little bit of Shy Bolton through the middle. He offers them something different. He did at Richmond as well, so hard to know. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we get kissed and he still gets good CBAs. Aqua, have you heard the Kirsch spot of Harper? Yeah, I think Kirsch is a good trade in, but for me, I don't need him in my side because my side's pretty much done, barring Roberts and Mills and Merritt and Chad Warner. Aqua, just do Cherry into Gorn. Probably going to go Gorn into TDK instead, just because Jacko's there and Darcy's there. Rad's here. That'll be my VC options. Very nice. I actually never thought of that, Rads. I might actually do that, actually. Thank you for that in the chat. That's very handy going live. I don't know how to say that. I'm just going to... Rexley? Merritt getting killed. Hate to see it. Yeah, he is. Let's try this instead of Johnson seeing mid forward swing. That's actually a really smart idea, to be honest. Yeah. This is the thing about rankings. Like, there'll be things that I miss throughout the year that you guys will think is bloody obvious and vice versa. So I don't know why it's decided to emergency 3 guys on the same midfield, considering, anyway, what the hell is SuperCoach doing? It would have been nice to get Juar, however you say it. I highly considered him over Clark, but just didn't think it was a necessity to grab someone at 150k. The DPP only. Do we believe Klossie's going to get, what's the word, game time now, or is that just because Baz was out? Like, Will Hayes, sure he doesn't retain his spot. There's no one else I could always move Day Wicks to the midfield too if I wanted to, I suppose. What would that do? Is that a better option instead? Anyway, I think I'm mucking around it too much. It's not really going to matter, is it? Has he broken into the side? Does anyone actually know? But again, all these players are so subject to being dropped anyway, so maybe it would actually be handy to have a loop instead. I don't know what's more valuable. Probably the DPP, you'd actually think, wouldn't you? Day Wicks is useless. He was just a downgrade from my money anyway, so I didn't really care about Day Wicks. At 99k, I couldn't give a stuff, but I guess it also depends who the Cats play. The Cats play us, and yeah, right. I don't know much about Clossie, so yeah, that'd be interesting. Does he score more than Johnson? No idea. What's his tog like? Obviously, he was starting. 71's decent. Surely they give him a crack now, but it's Chris Scott. The DPP is the only thing that opens it up. So I'm probably overthinking it. Oh my god, they've used him as sub a lot, haven't they? He scores well when he plays, though. That was the most minutes he's ever played in an AFL game this year. Wow. Oh my God! Someone in chat, please tell me if he is going to get a run at it, because that would be handy. But yeah, here we go. Chat's gone off. I treated to see 6 of you in here. Probably a good shout. Thank you for that, Rads. Every time I say that name, I think of Radis of Dragon Ball Z. Jason, what do you think of Doc? Seems like he's got his old rollback. Well, going by the eye test, he does got his old rollback. But the only thing is, I thought he had DPP going back, but he doesn't. It's only midfield only, so it's a little bit of a weird one. Probably a good flex player, though. Don't know if I'd want him M8. O'Driscoll was a winger. We won't affect Shy. I like that call. Saunders, do you reckon it's worth holding Ned Long as M8 or trading it by? Probably trading it by if you can get you up to a big dog. Again, I don't fall in love with rookies. I try not to. Aqua, the only effect of Shy, Hayden Young or Mira. Those two will probably injure themselves anyway in the shower. What do you got for me? Church only performs against shocking teams. I've also seen that take as well. Rocks. Scott, would you be more interested in the value this week in Colby and Doc? I might just prioritise these 1 to 4 player, because I'm probably going to get a lot of these questions, I suppose. So, I'm factoring into price and everything. I know it sounds weird. You guys are probably going to think I'm full of shit here, but Bill Mills 1. 2 Colby. 3 Prestia because of his body. 4 Doc. No, maybe Doc 3, Prestia 4. Mills is the only one I really like. Colby's questionable because he is a bit of a downhill scare, but the roll's there. That's the issue. The roll is literally there. Doc, if Doc had defender status, he'd be my pick of the bunch. I just don't like Prestia. Out of all those guys, the one I wouldn't touch is Prestia, just because he's so injury prone. But for me, Mills feels like the guy. I mean, they're all injury prone a little bit too, you'd say, especially Prestia. Colby not so much. Pick your poison almost with this. Like at any point, these guys could turn into absolute turd. Well, he's Colby, you've got the DPP factor, so you could be at worst your D7, M9, but I'm not sold on any of them. Even Mills is questionable. He only got the 107 against Tig, so there's all chances he goes back to 70 or 80 or something, but I think that he's got proven score, so I wouldn't want to have 2 of them. That's the other issue too. I wouldn't want to bank on 2. Jonas, hey Brad, what is your best pool? Rookie draft starts video tonight. I'll have a look. I don't know. Is this a card game that he's got going or something? I like Pokemon. Scott, I'm tempted to trade a dead rook for Zach at the moment. I don't know if I'd be trading dead rookies unless you got them up to a primo or something like that. I don't know. For the 40 in the house, give us if you like. Aqua, if I had to rank those for, I'd say Colby, Doherty, Mills, Prestia, and those roles I reckon first. I don't know what any of them would average. I'm actually probably more confident in Mills than Doc and Colby. I reckon almost Mills 1. Doherty 2, Colby 3, Prestia 4. The more I kept thinking about that combination, but yeah. Richard says thoughts. Let me have a look at Jesse Hogan. Not sure about Jesse Hogan. How cheap is he? Is this a really cheap Hogan we're talking about? Because key forwards, we've already seen what I've done with Shannon Neal this season, and it's not paid off whatsoever. So going to my forward line, I saw there was a lot of live streams tonight too, actually, after I'd done my one immediately after that game, or somewhat. So there would have been a bit to watch, and you guys are still up, so it makes sense. Hey, Cheese, if you're watching, Caleb Daniels, 8th, averaging as your forward, so enjoy that. I'm just going to filter this to Giants. Toby Green's going to be so cheap too. If anyone want a cheap F6, he might get to about 300k. Well, I don't think I could go Hogan. I'd almost rather Cameron when he comes down in price after that wet game that he scored a 20 in. Nah, definitely not. No for Hogan. Is he like Toby Graham's going to be cheap as so is Brett Daniels? You'd think it would come down plummeting in price. People are keen on him. Green scores at 55 against Giants, which is highly likely after getting that corky in the butt. He'd always another 40. He could be almost a rookie upgrade, I guess. Not that you'd want to do it because he's been mediocre this year now, the last few games anyway, before the Carlton one. Geez, he's going to get to 297 if their projections are right. That's crazy. But anyway, I'm not going to look at Giants, any of those anyway. But post-buy, probably not. I don't think it'd be the play. I like Mills at 357k next week over McKercher. I agree. He's 40 grand cheaper as well, by the way. Yeah, also agree. Clarko could definitely swing him wing half forward as well, so it's a little bit hard to know with Clarko what he does because I don't think Clarko even knows what he's doing. SW, Aqua, you reckon McRae or try Bolton this week if you had to? Oh, man, that's even a hard pick too. Probably McRae, actually, if he's back. You just want to see what he comes back like, though, and he's got a high break even, so maybe Shy Bolton then. Jason, don't mind close. He holds his spot. Oh, you're a Cats fan anyway, aren't you, Jace? Don't think Closey holds his spot. Okay, that's not good. Henry Smith bows to come back. Him or Martin out. That's annoying. Maybe Johnson's the play and just hope to hell that Johnson still plays. What's Johnson's? Sorry, is it Johnson? Zach, whatever his name is from Essendon. What's his job security like, people? SC Mongrels, I only have one player this week, so thoughts on just doing dead rooks down to 300 again. I don't know if you've only got one buy player this week. It's probably not worth getting rid of your dead rookies, especially if you don't need them. Like you're gonna have 22 playing anyway. You'll be fine. I wouldn't do it. Akko, don't touch Cosy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, let's bloody revert that trade then, and we'll grab the other guy. Just means I'll have no flexibility in the midfield, but I'll have to figure that out some other time. That's why I hate the TDK being in flex. This is probably the exact point I'm talking about. Is like the TDK in flex absolutely butchers your side's like ability to move going long term. Like TDK is a great pick. Don't worry. Like he's still going to average huge numbers, but maybe you just go midfielder at this point. Because at least if I give you an example, I'll filter this out. I don't know how long I've got until the missus wakes up and realises I'm doing a sneaky part 2 because she's absolutely asleep right now. So till Bubs cracks it, I'm in the doghouse when that happens. So, yeah, Zach Johnson, he's coming off an 84. Surely he holds his spot. Hasn't got that many injuries, but if I go back into the TDK factor and show you what I mean by the ruck, I could say I now lock myself out of DPP here. At least by getting rid of TDK, and I could make him anyone at that price. Not anyone, but you know what I'm saying. I'm tempted just to go. Where is he? Georgie Hewitt. I'm still undecided. I know I can bring in 2 big dogs. You guys might be in similar position. Georgie Hewitt for TDK, so then I can move my side around. Because flex is really flexible for that exact reason. As stupid as it sounds. That stupid ruck line. Anyway, I don't know if I'd make Stewart captain, but wait, does that mean I still can't move my forward line anyway? Because I still can't move my forward line. Far out. I should have listened to myself and gone, what are you actually talking about, Brad? You still can't move your forward into flex because you don't have another forward. Man, okay, I look stupid. That's fine, whatever. God damn it, that was point proven that I'm completely tired and overthinking this whole dilemma. So, yeah, flex doesn't even matter if you have a bloody ruckman because apparently this week's trades have cooked me. Can I afford Jacko? Because at least he's a forward. That would be a bit of a play, actually. Bring in Luke Jackson. I don't know if I'd be able to afford Butters, but let's try something I haven't really thought about actually before. I'll get back into the chat, muck around some more, and then call it a night. I hope you guys will even brief Supercoach as much as me right now. I bet that's why you're still up. 504. God, that's like 3K short of bloody, what's his name? God, that's stiff of Nas. That's disgusting. 504 I don't like. 507 was the play. I don't want to touch anyone around the other prices. Anyway, cool. Back to not knowing what the hell to do. So that's fantastic. I've done myself over here. But anyway, I'll go back into the comments and call it a night potentially. See how we go. So trading it out or in. Don't know what we're talking about now. I'm confused. In. I have to get rid of Levi and all my mids are full. Yeah, well, I just thought the flexibility for my ruck was... Anyway, whatever. Rookie coach, I have no clue what to do this week. Yeah, neither do I. I sort of know I can get 2 premiums, but not sure which way about it because I don't want to tie myself out of flexibility on my side because I think flexibility is going to really help. And no DB flexibility. Yep, same boat this week now. Love McRae, but that's... Maybe just full send from McRae. Yeah, so is Bolton, though. Bolton's always due for a similar floor game as McRae. Aqua, you can buy an extra rookie. There's having a little bit of a chat here, so they're going back and forth like tennis, which is nice. Aqua, McRae coming off an injury. I don't expect big games. I'm sort of the same, especially with the ribs. Well, sorry, the lungs. Rookie, what are you potentially thinking of though for your trades? Aqua, Doc will get defender status in round 18 though, wouldn't he? Aqua, is that too long? We're only round 13 now, so it's like a month away. SW, good take. Aqua, thanks, mate. So yeah, I don't know. You'd have to hold him at M8 for 4 weeks. Either force Nas and grab Jackson, Johnson, McCarthy. Yeah, I don't know. So I can go... I actually haven't looked at how to look on paper, I guess. St Kilda. What the hell? And then doggies. Man, Bonnie's side just looks so good. Jeez. How did I... Oh, because I got to get rid of Johnson. That's the issue. I don't get any cash from this. This is the other thing. If I get rid of Johnson, I've got to grab a 99k rookie in, which is super annoying. I'm gonna say I knew I could afford both, but why won't it let me? Where's that McCarthy boy? I should probably type it in, but yeah, no, I don't want you there, mate. You can't play there. And then this would allow me to grab Nas. I do it all the long way too. Every time I do a filter, I never just type in the name. Like I just, maybe because I'm dyslexic and I'd probably actually spell Nas instead. Anyway, can't believe we've got work tomorrow. I feel like we shouldn't be working this week. I think we should just be a week off. So I could do that instead of this. The only issue for on the top left, you can see Johnson at least make you cash. McCarthy for the short term won't. but Johnson and Clark's catch would be essential for, a 24th potentially. So, yeah, something like this is the play. So Hewitt, Butters, and Johnson. What do you take? Bont, Naz, and McCarthy with the DPP? What is McCarthy's scoring ability compared to Johnson? McCarthy probably covers a position down back as well. So I'm actually pretty torn on the what ifs. Butters might have a few tags. Bonds might play a little bit forward. Very undecided. I don't know what option A, option B looks like to you guys. If you were to be in the driver's seat of this F1, it's probably not an F1, let's be honest, but it's almost one. It's apart from Roberts and a few other frauds, but that's fine. I think fraud's a word I'm using too often now. But anyway, I think I stole that from Hippo. Grab Colby and Johnson. I think these guys are, but I'm not going to grab it. Colby or Johnson. Grab Mills next week. Yeah, I'm not going to go the value route for my side in particular, Rook. But he's going to either force Naz, grab Johnson McCarthy, grab Colby Johnson. What combination will I pick if I was Rook? I'd probably go option 1 for you, Rook. In my opinion, I think I like that better. Force Naz, grab Johnson and McCarthy. I don't trust. If you can grab Naz, I'd rather you grab him than Colby. Or just grab Johnson and grab Mills. Or you could do that too. But I think I'd like Naz this week and maybe grab Mills the week after. But it's your side anyway. You do what you want. You know that. It's weird being without you here. It's like, I don't know. It's like, how do you explain? This feels weird. Hope you saw my live before when I had Katie on here as well. It's pretty random. Aqua. Bill's like, can't trust as much. Is that the value? Yeah, this is a fact a lot of people equate it as well. When Roberts comes back, Blakey, Bice, etc., what happens? I reckon Bice might become sub potentially. That's what I reckon happens. And Cunners is back there now too. Aqua, but I think if he does get the job running off halfback, he'll go like 105. Well, it'd be interesting because he's going to be CBAs or back. I think he's got a good role. I think it'll be almost like a Connor Rosie role. I think Mills will take. I don't really know, to be honest, Sydney Trigger. Yeah, Sydney's a hard read, aren't they? Hard watch as well. Roberts to Mills, kind of has my brain. Yep. Might do it next week, but I can get Bond. Yeah, so that's why I don't know what I do with my side either in terms of which two big dogs I go. Certainly not going to captain Caldwell. So annoying that flex. Oh my god, I really need a forward. That's going to frustrate me all night the more I look at it because I had so much flexibility in the team now. I don't. Sorry, I missed something from Aqua. Danny would be hilarious flex. Always. Yeah, that's also true. I don't know. Does it actually matter when who you use as flex? I'd probably use who's the most frustrating flex player out of my team. I actually don't know who I'd use as flex. Does it really? I don't think it really matters too much. I don't know. Scott, rookie coach, I'm thinking Johnson and Mills next week, bro, at this stage. Yeah, fair call. Hey, rookie coach, are you doing a live stream tomorrow night with the draft stars? Okay, they're having a little chat there. Rowan, I've traded out Ashcroft, Huswaite for Butters and Zach Johnson, but I don't know to hold. Trade Visitini. You're probably holding Visitini. His break-in is probably low after a Gorn matchup. I'll probably hold Visitini because he's going to play throughout the rest of the buys, mate. Aqua. I think McCurcher seems like he's. Yeah, you're probably bang on with McCurch. I'm just not going to take a risk. I see why people would go there, especially if you're hunting value and you've sort of wasted money elsewhere or whatever, and you don't got good cash in because the benches are dire. So yeah, it would definitely be the most talked about player up there with with Mills the following week. Aqua, same with Sheezel, is a great midfielder and can't play forward that well. I agree with that as well. And they've moved Colby down back and worked great. Yep, agreed. Rookie coach Jonas says to Jonas, no, don't do draft stars, just all game day squad action. Yeah, okay. There you go. There's a bit of a plug. Scott, Aqua, do we not have enough money? Enough what? Do we not? Oh, sorry, not money. Bloody hell. He's talking about question marks over North Melbourne in terms of positioning. And yeah, you're probably right with the factor of McKercher and Shees for sure. Yeah, Power Parker on ball, playing Shees and McKercher forward. I don't think Clark knows what he's doing with North Melbourne. North Melbourne a hard watch, so is West Coast. Aqua, well, obviously, McKercher training defenders. Yeah, the issue is he can train defenders this week, but in 4 weeks' time, what do they do then? I guess that's the only thing that's annoying with Clarko. Jonas, Coach, my mistake. I had your video in the background while I was making a late dinner. Are you doing a video tomorrow night? There you go. There's a bit of interaction there for these two. Rads, so when North don't win games, they'll continue to change the magnets. No, for me. Fair point, actually. Good point, too. Aqua, I don't think they're going to change the magnets. Fair. I don't know. I'm sitting on the fence with them with Kircher. I think I'd rather Doherty or Mills by the looks of it. Rookie, I'll be doing my usual content and doing some quick snippets at the end of SC stuff for those that are keen on it. Very good. Jump on his channel if you haven't already jumped in. Ricky Coach, we do the after dark stream, as if I don't know what we do. My shoulders are sore every episode from carrying that team. So, Rookie Coach, I'm just joking. It's probably one of my favourite collabs to do between yourself and Shorty, and there's a few others as well up there with Steve and stuff. I love doing potties with you guys. It makes it much more entertaining than doing a solo stream because I can't read. What about Wing? This is about McKercher, I believe. Then we're talking about Powell, Ward, or North. All right, no more North Melbourne chat. The missus goes for North Melbourne. I've already got to deal with that. This is free. Surely my stream's not freezing. McKercher stocks down when Ken. I wonder if that will actually happen. I wonder if Ken will get a sack mid-season. I don't reckon it'll happen. IQ Jackson, JS. Well, over Johnson, that'd be. I'm undecided. I mean, the thing with Jackson, at least he plays the next two buys as well. Obviously, Johnson better though. Yeah, and you make more cash. Aqua, have you got one player off this week? Or my eyes deceiving me? No, I've got 3, don't I? Roberts, Mills, Warner. 3. So Dave Weeks doesn't count. He's a pleb, but he was just a. What do I? Oh, this is about the shoulders comment. I'm just joking. I love stirring the pot, especially when you're not here and I don't know what your actual interaction is. He's calling me a shrimp. That's fair enough. Shots fired. I'm sure I'm going to cop it the next After Dark. I probably won't get the link sent to me next time. He's going to be like, nah, stuff you, Brad. Your shoulders are sore. You said that twice now. Go stuff yourself. I like a bit of stirring the pot and then running away from the pot. Whatever. You guys are pretty well aware of that at this stage. We've been going for 48 minutes. I haven't been left in the doghouse yet. 2 Mills and Roberts. Oh, and Warner. Yes, yeah, Warner's a flog. Speaking of Visitini, he's 100% getting dropped this week. Big call. Jonas Aqua, yeah, I would be very surprised if Visitini. Yeah, I agree. He's probably, maybe to go Sweet and Solo. Sweet and Soldo, not Solo. Still thinking about this Capitals. Wow, pretty funny. Look. Also, I forgot to message you about gym the other day, but then I realised why. Idiot. I went today. Oh my god. You would all have gone to the gym today. That's all I'm going to say, Rook. Jack, reactions to looking at my ranking drop. Yeah, the voice notes were elite, weren't they, Jack? I love sending voice notes, particularly 3-second ones. So yeah, we'll quickly look at one thing. Man, I'm hungry as. And what are we doing? So most popular traded out players already tonight. I'm not going to look at the all coaches because they couldn't really give us stuff. Let's look at the top 1% because generally don't know what they're talking about. Oh God, I did it again. Let's go top 1% again. Yeah, so Lindsay's in the fry pan. Levi's in the fry pan. Carroll's useless as Bicycle and submarine. Gray's gone. He's done his knee. I'm not sure if it's an MCL or PCL or whatever, but it's definitely not an ACL from what I'm hearing. Huswaite's dead. Basically, he's gone. Ned Long. I don't know if I'd actually be chopping Ned Long. Team dependent. What did he score this week? He's like, break even's hit 103. I wish I held on to him a bit longer. He would have made me a heap of cash. Huswaite is what Ned Long wants to be, like a tall mid, but at least Long can actually grab the ball, whereas Huswaite is just an absolute donkey. I should have actually watched more of Huswaite before bringing him in. Moraes, rookie's favourite player, and this is sub-candidate. I feel like he stayed at this price for forever. Has he even gone further than 226? Anyway, Moraes, I don't know. What are you doing as a winger? Have you peaked? So you could do an intermittent fasting, FYI. Like I'm eating between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. And when I'm up at like 1 a.m. doing bottles and stuff, oh my God, I just want to eat a horse. So he's literally peaked now. He's at his peak. That is wild. And his break even's probably quite high because he came on as a sub. Break even 59. Anyway, you probably makes sense. Whatever. You probably need a 99k rookie to make it worth it, or the 13k. Roberts, yep, I see the merit in that. I don't want to trade him, or else I go down to 5 trades. Kind of want to bank the 6 trades going into the end of the season. Brock, Kako, because we already saw like there was 3 trade out candidates a couple of weeks ago with McRae, Finn, and Horn Francis. If I go down to 4 trades and I get 2 of those 3 in Carnage, then I'm going down to 2 trades. And that scares the hell out of me. If I can come out with 6 trades and hold Roberts for now, and then try to get Johnson and Clark's money into a guy that I can whip Roberts with, then I'll be okay. Again, not all coaches because, couldn't be stuffed. 1%. What are they doing? I think top 1%'s about the top 2,000. Because sometimes if you look at all coaches, sometimes it's a little bit NPC. There's no thought behind some of the processes. That's the reason I look at top 1% because they're generally onto it, obviously for obvious reasons that I'm going to spell it out for you. But there we go. So top 1% prefer Johnson over Jackson. So that's where I'd base my rookie roulette, I guess, because a lot of smart coaches there probably know their rookies better than what I do. Butters is a hot one. Yep, makes sense. De Conning as well. McCarthy, they're probably pretty confident the personal issue that he'll be playing this week and probably takes 2 hours role. And Nass is also the hot topic because his break even's quite low and I think it's at 70. I don't think I'd be paying 176 now for him. Don't know about that. Not with McCarthy coming back into the well, I say coming back into the side, coming into the side. He was the number 1 mid-season draft pick, and then you got Matthew Kennedy. It's a bit of a smoky there, actually. So I'll get through your last few questions and call tonight because I am exhausted. So, give us a like for this. Another. Oh, we're pumping out videos at the moment. We're pumping out so much content. It's actually been crazy. So, again, if you haven't been notified, click the sub button for that. Aqua Suite has been building up in the Sandsville. Yeah, you're probably right on this quote as well. I reckon I'll double team him for sure because Gorn's just a beast. I think Gorn's a better ruckman than Cherry, but I think Cherry's a better Supercoach scorer than Gorn. But Gorn's complete play, if he could actually hit a set shot, he is the worst set shot goal I've seen, especially for a ruckman. Oh my gosh. I actually can't stand watching Gorn go for a goal. He's better from 50 than what he is from 30. make sense of that. Tall guys are so. Oh my. Anyway, you can tell he was never a key forward in a past life because he's awful. Aqua, it'd be irrelevant for. Oh, Goldie needs to be dropped too. Goldie's so bad. Don't get me started on Goldie. He's a hard watch last night. But do you think we holding? Yeah, I probably do. If I'm being honest, Val. I don't like Levi's F6 considering got subbed out the other week. No way. I think I can get 22 premiums and 5 trades remaining by round 16 by keeping him. I'd flog him off and go down to 4. I wouldn't be holding Levi. Chase, looking at the most popular trades, so interesting. So many people are trading out players worth around 170k. Money is cooked. Depends if you're looking at all coaches or 1%. And that's why I kind of really be picky at this stage of the season because, yeah, Aqua. And I believe when Goldie faced Wob in 2015, he had something like 80 hitouts to 30 advantage. That's crazy. That is crazy statistics, Aqua. I don't know what is happening there, but Jack says I ended up trading out Lindsay last week. Do you think Mills is a must? Oh, I'm never going to say anyone's a must on my channel ever again. I don't know if I have this year, but apologies if I do. No, I don't think Mills is a must. I don't think any player is a must, really. Like Dacos is not in my side, and he's been an okay antipod. Yeah, probably could do a 1 a.m. HSP, to be honest. What does Clay Hall seriously have to do to get another game? Yeah, no, I certainly understand that, Jack. How you going up there, by the way? I'm going to give you a call sometimes soon, by the way, and have a bit of a catch up, FYI. Aqua, I think the problem is he's basically a mirror image of Graham. Yeah, that's a very good point, Aqua. Sounds like Aqua. Sounds like you watch most games, every game. Wizard King, this is the cat man. Clay in would literally save my season. Yep, it'd save a lot of people's seasons, I think. Aqua. I wonder if we've got any disgusting trades. You know how the other day we did some disgusting trades? Shall we quickly have a look at a real quick disgusting trade? Yeah, I haven't mucked around with any of these to be fair, but I thought before we sign out and do something really, really random. Now, this would be on the level of doing what you guys have been doing for your value hunting sort of thing, but I don't know if it would work in a side like mine, unless I wanted to play Weepy Weep. Where was the third player? Where's Johnson? Oh, no, it was McCarthy. Oh, this is dirty. So, can you get 3 players out of this? And yeah, let's do something weird. I haven't tried this tonight, so this is an experiment that we're not going to come back to in my video ever again, because this is the territory of, oh, no. Give me some cheap players to just fill this in around. So McCurch has been talked about. Let's try McCurch up here. Oh, 388. Let's try something disgusting, and then oh, yuck. You wouldn't, yuck. Oh, this is gross. Every time I do experiments, I sort of hope no one's watching, but we've been getting like 1K views at the moment, so. Riccardi, nah, couldn't do it, could you? What's a 388k player? Aqua's normally good at these ones. It's disgustingly good. Maybe if I chuck Bolton forward and Caldwell, I don't even know how you say his name. Then I can do a flex position. 3-round average, and over here, I'm not going to touch Quaino. He's on his boy anyway. Damn it. No one say Himmelberg. Yeah, no, this is dangerous territory to play around this stuff. I don't want to read the comments for this. I'll just sort by price. Maybe there's something I haven't seen. Oh, imagine doing a Dylan more for that. Flanders. Oh my god. Oh man, I'm gonna send the link to Cheese later on tonight, and then post a video and say, Cheese, here's your boy. What do you think of this as a rookie downgrade? He loves Flanders. I'm pretty sure I've sent him multiple Flanders photos with his earring in the photo and all of that, but he's cooked. Anyway, I'll have it with the chat and then I'll see what disgusting play you've put in there and Again, I'll try to get out of here, but there's 45 on here looking at discussing trains. I still love Stewart. I got so much love for Stewart. AK rookie coach as well. Only way to get 22 is by going on 3 trades. So yeah, that is cool. Hopefully, on Francis and Darcy about the tank. Yeah, no, I totally get that. Jonas Goldie running on fumes. Absolutely, he was a wild trade in a few weeks ago by some content creators. Anything and anyone to try to make some money. Yeah. Sometimes you got to take those punts, but Goldie was 47 at that stage, so it wasn't for me. Pro is gone a must. Again, I don't think he is. I'd actually rather TDK for 180k cheaper, whatever the hell it is. I think TDK is good enough to get close-ish enough. It's just very hard to tell from here on out. Thinking keeping Flynn as flex. There's not much money made. Yeah, no, it's a fair point. Oh my god, let's have a look at Josh Tracy. I knew you'd think of somebody. This is going to be the scar. I'd almost rather Flynn. Oh, this is gross. I know you're taking the piss out of this one, Aqua. Imagine grabbing a key forward. Freo fans love him. Freo fans reckon he's going to win a body Coleman one day, but that is a disgusting shout, cheese. Not cheese, body Aqua. I just roasted cheese twice without meaning to. Jack, going on well, mate. Holiday for August to Albania. Wow. Nah, sick. Gonna pop. Hopefully she doesn't see this because I know she watches my channel. Just kidding. No, that's congratulations, mate. Honestly, that will be a bloody good time. And out of all the places to do it, Albania. Never would have guessed that. Congrats. Himmelberg, honestly, not the most terrible idea. No, I don't think I could do Himmelberg, honestly. Read my mind. That's scary. If I'm reading your mind about that. Keys made 52k this round. I know. I thought you were going to bring him in after all that. Like, could you do anything if you bought in Keys? Because I still like Keys. Oh, this is gross. Adelaide Keys. If I dropped Spotty, what's his name out of there? What's going on there? Oh, the Keys. I didn't realise he scored so high. So 442k. That's actually not the worst. McKercher Keys. This is actually gross. I hope the top ranking coaches aren't watching this because they're going to be disgusted. Be like, how the hell is he there? While looking at this kind of trash. 442k is actually not bad to work with, to be fair, too. Let's swap Shees down back. Shees, what that is. And actually use my flex position at 442k. So key. This is gross. Houston would have been okay if I thought he was going to turn up. Any shouts, anybody? Give me something random here. Could you? This would either make my SuperCoach or break it. You're probably better off just going Nas and Bond. But imagine doing Keys, McKercher, and Bergman. I'm either staying in the top 100 and I'll become top 10, or I'm bloody 500 ranking unsub. Jeez. I just want to see what the chat goes after seeing these trades. Flanders is cooked. He's dead. He's king. I'm hoping Dimmer neglects Flanders all season. So I'm starting Flanders next season, I reckon, mate. Cripps is going to be an absolute dirt in a week or two. Yeah, he scored a 60. Cripper did. Jonas, got all these rookies with negative break-even this week. Yeah, it is. It's actually been really cooked like that, Jonas, with the dead rookie frustration. Like the break-evens are low, but just not getting a game. I've already looked at Sam, because Zach would have mentioned him before Burners, but yeah, he's definitely been mentioned. I had a look and I just couldn't do it. Tracy is great if you're going for a weekly, no way. And so I guess you could buy a 360 and sell profit at the buyers, yeah. But anyway, this is interesting. What is Bergman at now? Hey, I actually probably could get Doherty, couldn't you, at that price? Thinking of SuperCoach, it should be fun like picking pods, but we always end up going to the safer premiums. Yeah, nah, you're totally right. May as well get Doherty. What would you rather have? Who would you rather? Bergman or Doherty? Oh, he's Doherty kind of know the roles there, actually. Interesting. And then Doherty. Am I going to get in trouble? She awake? Anyway. Or you could actually go Doherty. Oh, I still can't even afford Tommy Stewart though and all this. How the hell could I get Stewart in this combination? Jonas, hey Jack, have you got some wide proposal? Oh my god. Imagine doing that, Jonas. Aqua, like if I wasn't scared, I would have 100% bought Bergman in last week, but instead I faded at 125. Same price as Doc and Keys if it goes well. Was it, by the way, without for time? I'm not afraid to say, I'm not really worried, but yeah, Dermot, got a Dermot gym. There's so many Dermots though, so yeah. I go at weird times anyway, so I doubt anyone from SC would really recognise me, but yeah, I'm sure I'm probably seeing someone around that I wouldn't even know. But yeah, Jack, Jodrick was one I really considered. It's almost 350k. We always miss one, don't we? I could never go 3 forward. Doherty over Bergman based on a roll every day of the week. Probably right. Is there a way I can get? There's no way I can get Tom Stewart between Doherty and McKercher, is there? I'd have to drop one of these guys. Oh gosh, I can't do math in my head now, so I don't know. Give me another combination. I'll have a look and see if I can just make it or not. I actually would consider this as well. By the way, wouldn't consider it now, but have you seen Grundy's last 5 year? I have. It's actually quite high. Grundy is weekly scoring. Good. Yeah, he actually has been. He definitely has been. Would consider McKercher, but having 4 North players is criminal. Yeah, that's also true. For a bloke who can't reach below his waist, he's not a bad player. Maybe not then. I went to Edge Centre. No way. I actually used to go back then. I had no tats then though too. Yeah, I reckon it might have. This is huge. This actually might be it because if this is, I don't know what you look like, Lizard, but yeah, I literally used to go then when I was training at Elite down in Belmont. I used to train boxing and Muay Thai down there, and then I'd go to the saunas there as well. There was a chick as well that I can't remember. Her brother played for Geelong. Pretty sure played for Geelong, and she was always in the sauna as well. And she'd always talk about him. There's a few guys that used to talk in the saunas about the footy, and a lot of them were Cats, people that knew a lot of insight about some of the players. So yeah, I was there from I reckon maybe 2019 to about 2022, 2023, around then. So, geez, anyway, that's a throwback. There you go. Maybe it was, honestly. Small world down here too. So, and that's the only Leisure Centre I went to back then as well. So, you're talking about the one in Warm Ponds, I believe, though. Because if it's the Warm Ponds one, then yes. But if it's any other one, then no. That's wild. Anyway, that's totally stumped me, man. Jason, I hate Miss Stewart 470k. I was so keen on him. Yeah, my good mate Yaz jumped on him, which is good. I'll have a good tackler. I don't think I should send these trades, by the way, just FYI. I don't think it might rank. I should just go set and forget. Then the only thing that would be beneficial is maybe you could loop McKercher with bloody Roberts, but there's not that much of a kill. I want to try one more thing before signing out. So bringing in Keys would allow me to have a forward swing, I think. Damn it. My math ain't mathing for this at all. If there's a way I could get Stewart and one other that I liked, I'd do it. I'd 100% do it. I know you guys not a massive fan of Stewart, but I reckon he's back. Like, I honestly believe, despite everyone writing him off, like, he's the one guy that passes the eye test, regardless of everybody deaf writing the guy. I suppose who's more important? Who would make more cash? God, Doherty or Keys? That's a stupid question. Probably Doherty, wouldn't it? Because he got the halfback role. Issue is job security. So what would you have? A defender mid, Stewart, and then who would be? So this wouldn't be the worst play. Because at least I know what I'm going to get from. I think Stewart wouldn't be too far off and Naz, but Bont would certainly kill Doherty and whoever I'm bringing in here. I should be banned from looking at awful picks. I don't know if any other content creators do this stuff and start to look at disgusting picks, but if they do, let me know and I'll do a duo with them one time and we can talk about all the disgusting players we've looked at, because every time I get ideas from you guys, I'm like, should I? You should see the screenshots of some of the players I've bought in as hypotheticals and then backed out because I'm like, I do not want to lose my ranking. But started next year, I actually might bring in a lot of these pods that we talk about. Tim Kelly, yuck. And maybe just bite the bullet and bring some of these weird ones in that we talked about last season that we think could be relevant this season. And I think in the off season I'll do a lot of content and we can talk about those players. And that's the time I reckon we actually start taking a punt on them. Especially with your starting squad. Like, I want to be different next year. I don't want to be so cookie cutter. There's nothing I can do at that price. Gosh, that really sucks. If Stewart was 30k cheaper. Anyway, that's completely stumped me. I'll probably get banned from these weird trades. It's probably just more obvious to do what I was going to do, but anyway. As King says, bro, I should have been able to afford Kirch, Doc, Stewart on my blinds. I think you might be blind there, Kirch. Wait, is Kirch available? No, he's not. Kirch is 393. I missed out by 13k or something. Maybe it was you. Well, I reckon we're on the zone. Could have. That actually would make so much more sense too, by the way. Wow. Yeah, well, there you go. You hit the nail on the head, mate. I reckon that was me. There we go. That's a small world. Bailey, is it worth running 5 forwards with TDK, gone, Cherry, then getting a primo forward second? I got to reread this in my head because I'm almost out of here. Is it worth running 5 forwards with TDK and gone? Running 5 forwards with TDK gone. Well, yeah, I mean, if you decide to fully upgrade it, I don't see why not. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused with that one, Bailey. My brain cells are ticking and nothing's happening. But I might have to send one of the pod mid prices, can't afford butters with my cash. Yeah, the mid prices are wild, aren't they? Honestly. Stewart looked really good last game. Took some good intercepts and the bump was beautiful. Yeah, it definitely was. Oh, Brett Daniels. That's actually a shout and a half. He's got the bye coming up, but can I afford him? Did he get mid minutes too? I didn't. I'm short of Brett Daniels, whatever that was. Man, that's annoying. Wouldn't mind full sending for a weird side, but I got the third week running almost. Yeah, literally. Yep. Might do a second account for pods. Yeah, you got to make sure it's a different email address and different name, though, or else you won't get the weekly prize. Isn't it funny that Aqua's got a burner, but Burner doesn't have a burner? You'd think Burners would have a burner, and Aqua doesn't have a burner. Hopefully that makes sense. Actually, let me check what. Yeah. Jonas discussing picks are good for making money. Trouble is when they turn bad, you run out of the trades, get stuck. Yeah, no, totally agree. Definitely agree. I just like looking at discussing picks because it's something that like you would consider. I started to do this. Sorry, I started to do it this year, but gave up. Jason, making a pod team to try and get the weekly would be fun. Yeah, totally agree, honestly. Aqua, you'd get the weekly with a regular team, to be fair. Wilkie's a weird shout too, honestly. There's a few weird shouts that you could go for. Burners a bit like now, though. Yeah, the pod team scored 1650 last week, but not so good this week. Nah, fair. Well, this is about the Burners comment, I reckon. Lizzie King, here we go. Small world. I am the one kill here, and then trade flat out. I reckon we had a few good yarns. I reckon we probably did, mate. That is so funny. Yeah, anyway, that's the most random time of my night tonight. Love that. I feel like I'm not being a flog when I say this at all, but as soon as I hit like that 1K mark, a couple times in Geelong, I reckon people have recognised maybe that follow SuperCoach because I've had a few looks. And I'm like, am I wearing my t-shirt back to front? Am I farting too loud in public, or am I just hallucinating, thinking this is a thing in my head now? But anyway, not in a Conor McGregor way, but whatever. Burners 97. It says I probably had 13 playing this week. I don't know how many premiums I had playing this week, but anyway. Thilthorpe's got like a 50. Thilthorpe was a good pick. I still think he's okay. Yeah, I better get out of here. I'm going to read the last couple of comments and go, or else I'm in the doghouse. I just heard her heat up a bottle, so it's what the hell? Oh my god, I'm so in the doghouse. It's been an hour 17 minutes, lads, and I've got not one single text message. It's worse when they don't message you too. I'm definitely in the doghouse. All right, I'll read this last couple and get the hell out, or else Brad's not gonna have any SuperCoach channel, and anyway, definitely doghouse for me. Sin, I'll ask the last three. I'll answer. No pick is as disgusting as Houston Pyramid starting squad in. Yeah, oh my god, yeah, that would be annoying. Aqua, just wear a shirt around Geelong asking for pod trades. Yeah, that would be weird. People would be like, what the hell is this guy wearing this t-shirt for? And not awkward at all, by the way, was it? It was just, I actually, these things trip me out. Like my mate, a couple of streams ago now, recognised, I can't remember what he had this account that he's been messaging me on in the streams, and they didn't even tell me it was him, and he's been doing it for years. He's like, oh, and he said my surname or something on the stream. I was like, is this really Mark? He's like, yeah. Anyway, he's going on a birthday in a couple of weeks' time, and he's like, oh, my cousin watches you and says you're doing really great, blah blah. And I'm like, what a small world now. Like, anyway, random stuff. Stuff you, Jace. You guys know I hate Champ, and then he pulls this out. So and he's put the Ben Keys thumbnail there because I wanted to bring him in this week and didn't. So anyway, can't live with ifs, maybes, buts, and all that shit. So no worries, Jace. Thank you for all attending the stream. I've been doing way too many streams, but I actually thoroughly enjoy it. So yeah, give us a like before you guys leave. Aqua, I wonder if people actually hop on Kirch after the 120 playing wing a couple weeks ago. Probably. There's a world where it happened. Biggest let off ever. Yeah, 100%. And I'll finish this one to finish the night. Aqua says, anyway, every time it's, anyway, good morning, Brad. I'm off to the fridge until whatever I can find. Probably a yogurt or two. Yeah, nah, fair enough. Good night, lads and ladies, if you are there. Probably got better things than watching this, like a crime doc. But Yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream before with Kate. If you didn't see that one with the better half, that was before this. That's almost on 1K views. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, after an hour and 20, finally out of here in the doghouse, and I'll go live. I don't know, just click the notification sub button. You'll see when. So cheers, guys. Bye.